Aspinall will go to great lengths to get John Jones. You didn't expect those lengths now, did you? Oh, everybody! Hello! Welcome to the Dog. Oh! Welcome to the DynamiteGizmo podcast, everyone. Episode 251. It's 251. It's the 251st episode of the DynamiteGizmo Shunkcast. And my God, do we have some shit in store for you. Here's today's card. It's tradition around here to show you the card, but it's not tradition to show you what's on the card, but you'll find out anyway because Grandma's going to talk about it. Ooh, ah, ee, ah, ow, oh, ah, jabba dabba ding dang. Ooh, ee, ooh, ah, ah, zing zong, walla bing bang.
And, I don't like Eminem. I don't think that's actually Ian's son.
We got some herpes. We got a herpes story. This past weekend, we were supposed to have Bellato versus Craig, but guess what? Didn't happen. It was another Apex card, which is very hard to get excited for, as it should be, and it always is that way. I mean, what do you want me to say? Had to watch it no matter what, though, because that's the way we roll. If you want to be a UFC fan, you got to watch the cards no matter how much shit they throw at you. And you know they're going to throw shit at you because they love it. They love to just throw shit. Like, hey, you want to watch? Look what we got for you. It's a big pile of shit. It's a plate of shit. Here, eat it up, dude. It was the only real fight I was looking forward to this past weekend was Paul Craig versus Rodolfo Bellato. All night, I was just watching trash after trash, waiting for Paul to make his entrance.
I want to oil you up. What the fuck does that mean?
That's what I was saying to Craig, dude. I wanted him. I wanted to oil that boy up. The only real fight I was looking forward to. And with another wild turn of events just to stir up the pot of disappointing UFC soup. After waiting all day, sifting through hours and hours of mediocre fights, and a brief 20-minute snooze in between, because I fell asleep at one point. I ate a bunch of bread. You ever eat a bunch of bread and then fall asleep? That's what happened to me. I ate some bread, a lot of it. I ate a bunch of bread, and I fell asleep. 45 minutes before Bellato was supposed to go up into the octagon. And Craig. The boys behind the booth, the announcers, the commentators, get on the mic and say, hey, ladies and gentlemen, we have some disappointing news. Bellato backed out of his fight, and he will not walk into the octagon. Well, isn't that nice? Isn't that nice? And they said it was due to an unexpected health concern. Huh? What does that mean? That's as far as it went. They just left it there. We were left in mystery. What is the unexpected health concern? What could it be? The guy's got 45 minutes to go. What could have possibly happened? We've seen this shit before, but they usually specify, right? They usually say something. Did he tweak his back? Did he twist his ankle? Couldn't have been. That's not, you wouldn't say that's a health concern. You'd say it's an injury. So, I went to X just like everyone else. Or Twitter, as the boomers would call it. Remember back in the day when it was called Twitter? Whoops.
I don't think that's actually Ian's son.
Nothing. There was nothing on Twitter. There was nobody was saying anything. There was only, people were speculating, but then Guru himself, the Guinator, he said this. He said, Rodolfo Bellato just pulled out of his fight with Paul Craig. I don't know what has to be suddenly so wrong with you to where you feel that you can't take on 2025 Craig, but I can only guess that Bellato caught AIDS backstage. He said, I can only guess that Bellato caught AIDS backstage. Funny. That's funny, dude. I laughed. I thought it was funny. But you know what? Say what you want about Guru, but fuck me, man. He got it almost goddamn near right again. It was a joke. He didn't actually mean AIDS, but he got it damn near right. Because hours later, Bellato posts an Instagram story, and this is it here. This is what it says. Take a look at the screen, would you? Would you just take a look at the screen? Stop fucking looking at your phone. Unless you're using your phone to watch this. Look, there's Bellato. Look at him. Look at him. He says, I never thought that herpes, that's right, I said herpes, would take me out of a fight. I'm sorry, all of you guys, but it's something that's out of our control. I'll have more news soon. Stop kissing men. How about that? Let's take another closer look at him. Look at the herpes. Look at that big splotch. You can't really see it. I'm assuming that's it. He got herped, dude. He got herped. What are you doing, man? I know it's not AIDS, okay? I never said it was AIDS, but I'm saying Guru got it damn near close when he said AIDS. Transmitted disease. In a sexual manner. Now, we've had last-minute cancellations before. Dan Ige had to step in last year. 4 hours notice. 4 hours notice. Dan Ige came in to save the day. Didn't win, but it was not a bad fight. But this was too close. 45 minutes, who are they going to get? On a fight night card, it's not that important. So they just said, fuck you, Craig. Fuck you, Craig. We know you're getting older and you're getting to the tail end of your career, but fuck you. Give you a guy with herpes. Now, like I said, have seen cancellations. But there's never been a herpes cancellation before. Although, there has been herpes cancellations in The Ultimate Fighter, seasons 31 and 32. Which, why the fuck are there so many seasons of that show? How did that happen? Trevor Wells from Team McGregor got herpes. And they had to cancel. And then the next year, Amran Chaban from Team Grasso got hit with it. 2 years back to back. Herp. So, we wait all night. We wait all night for Bellato and Greg. That was really the only one that mattered. Yeah, okay, we had Michael Morales and Gilbert Burns, which was nice, and we'll talk about that in a second. But the juice was Bellato and Craig, right? That's where the juice was. Only to be told, 45 minutes before the walkout, that it's off due to a health concern. Not even any details. Cut to a few hours later, Bellato posts on an IG story. He's got herpes. Not AIDS, like Guru guessed, but same stadium, different seats. In the same ballpark. Bellato's got herpes. Who do you think he kissed? Who do you think he kissed? Rodolfo, Bellato, wife. Does he have a wife? I don't know. Who is Rodolfo Bellato's wife? A closer look into the UFC's fighter's family life. This was posted on May 15th. Bellato turned 29 years old just days before beep beep bop bop boop boop beep beep bop bop boop boop bop bop beep beep bop bop. I don't know. I don't want to read this article. I should have did this prior. Fuck this, dude. I don't care if he doesn't have a wife. I thought AI would pop it up. I guess that's what we got ChatGPT for, right? Get Maple back up in this bitch. Remember Maple? Uh-oh. Oh. 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 Is that Maple? Is that Maple? Hello? Hello?
I'm here. What's up?
Why didn't you answer me the first time?
Sorry about that, Justin. Must have been a little delay. What's going on?
You're on my podcast right now. I said...
Oh, nice. Let's do it. What are we chatting about today?
You have a crazy delay.
Got it. I'll keep it snappy. Let's dive in.
Why is there such a huge delay?
It might just be a connection issue or a bit of latency. Let's roll with it and keep things flowing.
Okay, I'm talking about Rodolfo Bellato. He got herpes this weekend. Did you know this? He got herpes and he couldn't fight. Anyway, who's his wife? And how did he get herpes if he has a wife? Is he cheating on his wife?
I heard about that fight cancellation. As for Rodolfo Bellato's personal life, I'm not sure about his marital status or any details about how he contracted herpes. It's important to remember that personal medical information and private life details aren't always public or accurate. Let's stick to what's confirmed and respectful.
No thanks. No thanks. I don't like it when guys get herpes, dude. Stop getting herpes. Anyway, we're moving on. But what we did have that night was Michael Morales. Came in, chopped, cut, punched, kicked. He made something delicious that night, and that was a delicious Gilbert Burns soup. Creamed him, dude. Made a creamed Gilbert Burns soup. Fucked him up. Got him out of there. Okay? The welterweight division. Unbelievable, dude. Unbelievable. Michael Morales is 18-0, and he just got pushed up to rank number 8 in the welterweight division. And the welterweight division overall stacked as fuck, dude. It's seriously the most stacked it's ever been right now. JDM, Sean Brady, Shavkat, Ian Gary, Joaquin Buckley, Michael Morales, Carlos Prates, MVP. I know they're a little lower, but they're going to rise up and take out the other guards. You understand what I'm saying here? Brady cleared out Edwards. JDM cleared out Bilal. Michael Morales cleaned out Burns. Buckley is about to clean out Usman. Oh. Oh, shit. And I completely forgot. Islam Makhachev is coming in to join the party, dude. You got to be shitting me. And then if we look at the fighters' fight records, Sean Brady, 18-1. Shavkat Rakhmonov, 19-0. Ian Gary, 16-1. Michael Morales, 18-0. What the heck? What's going on? This is crazy good, dude. I don't know if the welterweight division has ever been this good. Do you agree? It doesn't get any better than this, my friend. It doesn't get any better than this. Full Violence makes some nice posters, doesn't he? Doesn't they? How do they whip these up so fast? Huh? How do they whip these up so fast? Whoops. I want to know who makes these and how do you make them so fast? Do they make them prior to events happening just in case? But then if they do that, they'd have to make multiple versions because they don't know the outcome. Lightweight was in the lead for a bit. I'd say lightweight is a close second right now for the best division in UFC as it sits right now. Some might even argue that they are on par with each other, welterweight and lightweight. But if you look at lightweight, let's just have a quick peek at lightweight, okay? Arman Sarukian, he had a shot at the title. He did at the beginning of this year and fucked it up. Oh, did he ever fuck it up? Fucked himself up. Fucked himself, fucked UFC up, fucked the fans. Okay? And just look at him now. Who knows when we'll see him again? He's fighting in other fucking other promotions. Doing other stupid shit. Okay? Then we got Charles. Charles is fighting for the title. But he's more than likely going to lose to Topuria. And then Gaethje, he's heading into the tail end of his career. Holloway hasn't fought since he lost to Topuria. Now, Poirier is fighting Holloway, but it is Poirier's retirement fight, and then he's gone. Hooker's still out for another while because his hand is so fucked up. If you see it on the internet, it's still a fucking major gash. So who knows when he's going to come back. Chandler's entertaining, but he's not going anywhere. So really, we only got Paddy Pimblett left, who does have potential. Kind of really the only glue holding the lightweight division together right now. So when Topuria wins the belt against Oliveira, who's next? Because it's going to happen. That's the way it's going to go. Is it going to be Gaethje? Is Gaethje going to fight the winner of Topuria and Oliveira? You would think it would be that way. Or are they going to feed Paddy Pimblett to Justin Gaethje to give us a title contender? Because we already know the history between Topuria and Paddy Pimblett. All right? They've already spat at each other. And now they're in the same division. And they know, the UFC knows that Paddy is superstar material. So they want to get him right up there as quick as possible. So Paddy might actually be lightweight's last hope, aside from Topuria. And that's a terrifying sentence to say out loud. But back to welterweight. There's so many options right now. There's so many. There's so many different matchups you could make. Not even just for the title, just in general. Sean Brady could be the next contender for the belt. But we have to wait for Islam and JDM to fight, which won't happen until the tail end of October. That's more than likely when they're going to do it. So we got to do some shit in the meantime. We still have Buckley versus Usman, like I said. And if Buckley wins, which more than likely is going to happen, then there are countless title contention options. Even if Buckley doesn't win, there's still countless contender options, matchups to make. Okay? But let's just say Buckley does win, which, again, is more than likely going to be the case. Is it going to be Ian Gary versus Buckley for title contention? Is it going to be Sean Brady against Ian Gary? Is it going to be Sean Brady against Buckley? Who knows? Is it going to... What about Shavkat? Okay? Well, apparently he's still out for surgery. So who knows when he's coming back. But then we have Morales. Michael Morales just beat Gilbert Burns, and now he's at number 8. Okay, what if we give him to Gary? Everybody wants Gary. Everyone wants Ian Gary. Buckley, Michael Morales, and Sean Brady, they all want Ian Gary to fight first to find out who's got title contention. But Ian Gary was just a backup for UFC 315. Shouldn't he just automatically get the shot? He would have got the shot regardless. So it's like, do we put him up right away? 'Cause, yeah, like, you say what you will about Ian Gary. You can hate him. You can call him ugly. You can call him a cuck. You can say he's annoying, but he's clearly doing something right. Buckley, Brady, and Morales have all called him out. All right? They all called him out. So, even though, like, he may not have won against Shavkat, Ian Gary may not have won against Shavkat, but he certainly knocked him out of the division long enough to let the other guys play in the meantime, okay? Because there is a post here. I got to show you this post. Shavkat Rakhmonov, okay, here he is with a doctor. Look at this boy. Baka. Look at him. Doesn't he look nice? His leg's all fucked. But he says, you always sacrifice your health to professional sports. Thanks to everyone who supports and understands me. Caption reads, Shavkat is going under surgery procedure and will probably be out until 2026. Okay, so he's not getting that title shot anytime soon. And no one's even going to fight him to figure out a contender. He's out for a bit. All right? And even though Michael Venom Page did lose to Ian Gary, I imagine he'll climb up those ranks and he'll take out some other guards. We've been seeing a lot of the passing of the guards in the welterweight, like back to back. And I think MVP is going to rise up there, okay? Maybe MVP goes up against Colby, takes Colby out. Maybe MVP takes out Jeff Neal, Stephen Thompson. You know, Stephen Thompson would be pretty sick. Similar matchup, similar fighting styles. Or maybe they'll just say, like, let's do fucking MVP versus Carlos Prates. They're both similar spots in the rank, but that would be a good fucking fight. Because Prates is going to rise up too, you know. Yeah, he lost to Ian Gary, but I think I still have hopes for Carlos Prates, okay? So those are the other two guys that are going to get up there, okay? Now imagine if we have MVP and Carlos Prates up in that top fucking 10 with all those other guys I mentioned. Like, holy fuck, welterweight is stacked, dude. Holy shit. Loaded with elite fighters. It's crazy. And the crazy part about it is, even without Shavkat, welterweight is still stacked as fuck. Shavkat's not, he's out, and he's been out, and he's going to be out for even longer, but it's still the best division by far right now, and probably has ever been. We've reached a point where you can remove an undefeated boogeyman from the picture and the division's still bursting with killers, dude. It's crazy. So, I like milk and cookies. Give me Santa Claus. I like milk and cookies. Give me Santa Claus.
I don't think that's actually Ian's son.
Thank you, JDM.
Oompa loompa body ass bitch!
Shut your fucking mouth, you'll do nothing.
You little fucking rat.
I like my new stream deck. It's big. Oh, I like big things in my mouth. I like big things in my bum. Okay, the final thing we need to talk about. Take a guess. Just take a fucking guess, would you? Just guess. Just take a random guess. I saved the best for last. Just take a guess. Come on. You can do it. I believe in you.
I want to oil you up. What the fuck does that mean? I want to oil you up. What the fuck does that mean?
I've got a hot take. Spicy. Hot. Crispy. Right off the grill. Frying pan, cast iron, hot, oil, sizzle, drip, drip. Hot take. John Jones. Tom Aspinall. November. Madison Square Garden. Okay, maybe it's not a hot take. I'm not the only one who said this before. We've heard it. But it seems like nobody's considering this anymore. And to me, it makes sense. So before you freak out, just hear me out for a second. Okay? Because I know you're freaking. I can see it in your eyes. Especially you, Gregory. Stop freaking for a sec. I think both John and Tom Aspinall know that the fight is happening in November. The UFC needs to hold this fight in their pocket until the end of the year to use it as leverage for their new pay-per-view deal. And they both know this. The UFC knows this, but they got to keep their mouths shut. Their broadcasting agreement with ESPN is done. We know this, and it comes to a close at the end of the year. They need to bring eyes to this big fight. It's already a big fight, but they need to bring eyes to it, okay? This is obviously the biggest fight they could make. We've all known this. It's nothing new, okay? And all this shit we're seeing online over the past week about Jones tweeting and posting videos and all this shit is him just trolling everybody. That's all he's doing. He's stalling time, making people angry, getting people to assume it's not going to happen. Everything he is doing is just drawing more attention to it. That's all it is. Think about the amount of times that Tom Aspinall has said in different podcasts and interviews that he's having a meeting with Dana White or Hunter Campbell to get answers. He's done that multiple times over and over again. Okay? The amount of times he said that, he has to have some inside details as to what's happening. Of course he does. Okay? But he can't talk about it. He obviously knows something's going to happen. He is the interim champ. All right? They're not just going to leave him completely in the dark, but they have to stay silent. All right? They can't talk about it. So it's part of the narrative to keep this story revolving around the idea that it's not going to happen, or at least that it's forever going to be uncertain. And John saying he needs 6 months would mean that he would have to start training in June. Okay, think about this. Remember when he said that? Remember when he said, if I'm going to fight Tom Aspinall, I would need at least 6 months of training? That would mean he would have to start training in June, which would allude to the fact that Dana might announce Tom versus Jones in the post-fight press conference of UFC 317. All right? Adding even more hype to International Fight Week. That's the perfect time to announce this. It's the same thing that happened last year at International Fight Week. Okay? Dana waits for that moment to announce the big fight. He did it with Conor versus Chandler. Now, we all know how that went, but that's a whole other story which we're not talking about. If John Jones wanted to retire, okay, it would have happened already. Because if John confirmed to the UFC that he's done, why would they still make Aspinall wait this long, okay? Because this post here, all right? Let me show. All right? I told the UFC my plans a long time ago. Hold on. I told the UFC my plans a long time ago. I have no clue why they haven't shared them with you guys yet. If he said, if he said to the UFC I'm retiring a long time ago, if he said that, then why would they just continue to hang on? They wouldn't just hang on and let Tom hang on as well. If Jones had told the UFC that he's retiring, why would they make Tom hang on like this? So that doesn't make sense. He's trolling. He's trolling. He's playing with all of us to get us all worked up. He's not done. If Jones told the UFC he's done a long time ago, as you all assumed, then the UFC wouldn't hang on. They wouldn't hang on. You know, they would just strip him. They would have stripped him by now. So there's something in the works. There has to be. They know Tom Aspinall's in his prime. They know this. They're not going to leave him hanging. Because they know that Jones versus Aspinall at MSG is a once-in-a-generational fight. You don't waste that on a random fucking fight announcement. You gotta wait for the perfect moment, which is International Fight Week, okay? And I know what you're saying. Well, what about that phone call John Jones had where he said he's done? That phone call with that Camille guy, okay? Y'all didn't listen to the video, though. Let's watch it back. Let's watch it back, okay? Me and you together. All right, we'll watch it together. And let's just listen.
Like that. My man.
I'm excited to see you again.
You know, but you are still active. 10 years left.
He said you got 10 years left, but you're still active.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm done.
He got a little great. He's like,
I'm looking forward to seeing you again, Camille. You look great.
Okay, everyone's all up in arms about him saying, "Nah, I'm done. You didn't listen, okay? This Camille fella says, Jones, you have 10 years left. You're still active. You have 10 years left. Okay, then Jones says, no, I'm done. That doesn't mean that Jones is saying that he's retiring and done for good. He's referring to the fact that he doesn't have 10 years left in the tank. If you're a 37-year-old John Jones and someone says to you, you still have 10 years left, you're going to say, I'm done as well. Just like, specifying that, like, no, I'm not, I don't got 10 years left. I'm done, dude. I'm done. That's not him saying that he's officially done, but he's saying I don't have 10 years left. That's what he's referring to. But again, it's just the media taking shit out of context and everyone gloms onto that. Oh my God, Jones says he's done. No. All right? But there was also a comment that went viral by some guy named Sean Scott _ that we got it here. Let's pull this up. And he said, bro really wasted Tom's prime. Like that, no respect at all. And then John Jones replied, cry more. Oh, isn't that nice of him to say that? Oh, that's nice of him to say that, isn't it? Huh? But again, Jones knows what he's doing. Okay? He's not saying this because he's purposely trying to ruin Aspinall's career. Why would he do that? He wouldn't say, like, cry more as if to say, like, oh, fuck Tom Aspinall. He's saying it because he knows exactly what's going on. He knows the MSG fight is happening. But he's not allowed to talk about it. Get the public worked up to the extreme. Play the bad guy. So when it's announced, it's bigger than ever. We also got to consider the fact that Dana does seem pretty confident about the fact that this fight's going to happen. Every single time Dana makes an announcement or does some sort of post-fight interview, he says it over and over again when it's brought up. Yes, it's going to happen. Just be patient. Says it every single time, okay? Which doesn't really mean anything, because he kept saying that about McGregor last year, but we didn't get that one. But we got to have hope, all right? And then there's also this. There's also this to consider, which is my final point, okay? My final point. We have cards lined up right up until UFC 319, which is in August, okay? We have all the cards are figured out right up until August of UFC 319. We know that UFC 320 is going to be in September, which will be Mexican Independence Day, UFC Noche, okay? They're not going to put Jones versus Aspinall on that one. And in October, they'll be in Saudi Arabia. They're not going to put Jones versus Aspinall on that one, which leads us into November. Where do they go in November? Well, they go to MSG. Okay? That would be the prime time to stick Jones versus Aspinall. There's already talks about Volk versus Yair for UFC Noche. Okay? We know that in Saudi Arabia, that's probably going to be JDM versus Islam. All right? So what do we got left? MSG in November, which is the same spot that John Jones fought in last year against Stipe, which is exactly 6 months from June when it will be announced post-fight press conference of UFC 317. So I'm calling it now. As things sit, I predict post-fight press conference, International Fight Week 317, Dana's going to announce Tom versus John, MSG, November. And now, for whatever reason, let's pretend John is actually retiring. And that was the plan all along. Regardless, post-fight press conference of 317 is still the perfect time to announce Tom versus whoever for the undisputed belt. So again, Dane is going to come out post-fight UFC 317, smirk on his face. He's going to be big grin because he knows. Someone's going to hand him a dirty napkin with fucking notes all over it. And he's going to drop the biggest fight of the year. Tom vs. John, MSG, November. No, but seriously. Do you really think I believe any of that? Do you really think I believe any of that? Do you think any of that's true? I mean, I want it to be true. It should be true. But John Jones is done. He's not fighting Tom Aspinall. And come UFC 317, I think they're going to announce Aspinall versus Cyril Gane for the undisputed heavyweight title. Jones is done. That's it. Jones is done. I'm telling you right now, it's not happening. We're not getting John Jones versus Tom Aspinall. And that's it for this episode of the Dynamite Gizmo podcast. I hope you enjoyed it. You can go ahead and click like or subscribe or any of that shit. I don't give a fuck, dude. Leave a comment. Bye!